podcast that me and you did, I think it was nearly 6 months ago.
Yeah.
We've had nearly 1,000 views on it. It's our best performing podcast.
Yeah.
So we thought it'd be a good opportunity. You're back in Pakistan. Let's get you back on the Trickle Up Podcast and try and figure out why is the podcast between me and you, where I think there was a lot of waffle going on, and is our best performing podcast. So you tell me, how did that happen, Saad? What's your secret?
It shouldn't be on me. I don't think it should be on me. I think you were like, if anything, you carried the conversations. So I think mostly it's because people are intrigued to see. What was the caption again? Anybody? What was the caption? Somebody shout it, please. From UK to Pakistan. That was the caption, right? So I think people just want to know, be curious to see if it's worth it.
Maybe everyone likes you swinging in the chair because everyone else sits.
Oh, yeah.
I always say, Saad, you swing that much on your chair that you make me dizzy. So.
Yeah, now you got me conscious of it, and I'm sat still, and I'm like, okay, this is the main point. I have to just make sure I stay still. Yeah. So, but anyway, I'm trying my best to stay still. But
we're in a different location. Last time we were downstairs. This time we're up here.
Yeah,
and 6 months have gone on. We've made loads of podcasts, and we get a couple of 100 views, 300 views. Nothing's reached 1,000 views. So first of all, I'd like to thank you. Thank you very much, Saad, for making our best podcast, as I say, 1,000 views.
Would I get paid for this eventually if it goes any further?
If it goes viral?
Well, no, I wouldn't want it to go viral, but is there like I think we should set up some scheme where I get some kind of payment from
you. Want remuneration?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll deduct it from the remuneration that you owe me then. Yeah?
Fair enough, that's fine. That's fine.
So go on then. Yeah. So you're back in Pakistan, you landed yesterday, and you were here only 3 months ago, then you were here 6 months ago, and what brings you back to Pakistan?
Just finishing the IELTS course. That's the main focus. That's why I feel like I'll spend more time here than in the UK. But I love it here, so I can't, I can't say I don't enjoy being here. Everything's good. I think we discussed most of it in the previous podcast anyway. So,
but a lot of British Pakistanis, they're like, "Oh no, I don't like Pakistan. I don't like going there."
Changed. I think that's changed now. Whoever I talk to really either wants to come here, who has came here and they've enjoyed it. I think there's been so much change in like last 5-10 years. So I think now it's a case of people come here and they enjoy it. Now people are thinking if they can actually move out here, the way things are in the UK is
like what? So I've not been back to the UK now for 18 months. So what am I missing?
I mean, definitely over the years you become fed up with the weather, right? You think, right, that's it. I'm done with this place. But look, everyone's working from home. I think there's been a shift in the work culture, right? So ever since COVID, people are working from home. So if they can work remotely, maybe that job they have allows them to work remotely anywhere. Okay. So that's one of the main things. It's not a case of you having to go into office. And that's another thing. If you're just sat inside, you're depressed, and you kind of just sat inside is boring. It's monotonous. It's like every day you're just same old routine, and you kind of feel like you want to change.
Same but different.
Yeah, but not that different. So
okay. So you've been in Pakistan now. You were here for 2 years during your teenage years.
Early teens,
early teens. You were here for 2 years, and then thereafter, I think in the last 12 months, you visited 3 times. The year before that, I think you visited a couple of times. So you're a seasoned traveller of Pakistan. So I think it's easy. Last time we spoke about what's different, and you called out the food places and the coffee places and all that. But what's the really kind of hidden gems that you found in Pakistan? What's the thing that impressed you the most?
That's a good question. And to be honest, I'm not really prepared to answer it.
No? Well, I've kind of already got something that you've already mentioned to me before around the bit that you were the most impressed with. You said people. You said that, nowadays you're meeting people that you have a lot of in common with. And
yeah, true. Yeah, so, that's true. Actually, you've that's a good one, actually. I think, especially now, you find more, I think that exposure to different people from different areas of Pakistan, that's definitely helped. And, met a lot of nice people. Met Hamza in the background.
Yeah, you got a lot of friends.
I'd like to say they're friends. Yeah, I don't know what they think of me, but I hope they think of me the same way I think of them. But no, definitely the people here are nice. I get along with them, and you'd think that I don't know. I think it's part of when you grow up. You start to appreciate different people. People, you like to find the commonalities, but you also like to find the differences. There's more curiosity to meeting people, new people, rather than going to work and meeting the same people all the time. Yeah. And all you're talking about is like the weather and what's on Netflix and what people have been doing on the weekend. And I don't know. Here it's different. The conversations are slightly different. People's approaches to life are different, and it's just interesting. It's an interesting. For me, it's something different. New. And again, I've been in your office for some time now as well. And yesterday, I heard you call me the Trickle Up mascot. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that.
The guy that floats around, keeps coming back, best friends with everyone, brings joy to the office. So that's why I thought.
I think it's the coffee. I think what's happened is I've influenced everyone to drink coffee, and the coffee makes them more happier, right? Yeah. I think Hamza can back this up as well. So yeah, we don't have to introduce Hamza, do we? No, that's.
You shouldn't really be mentioning him.
Should I not be mentioning him? Oh, really? Sorry, people. Who am I apologising to? You or the people?
The viewers.
The viewers. Sorry, viewers. I apologise. So,
okay, so you've come. It's the week before Christmas. Yeah. So obviously this is peak winter in Pakistan.
Yeah.
And what are your initial reactions to peak winter in Pakistan?
So everybody scares you back home. Oh, what's the deal? It's really cold. You talk like this as well. I don't know why. If I ask you in English, you'll be like, "Oh, it's really cold." I'll be like, "Okay." But when you ask somebody in Urdu, they'll be like, "Oh, bahut sardi hai." I don't know why there's more exaggeration in Urdu. I don't know. There is though, isn't it? Right? There is. So yeah, I was freaking out before I got here. I was thinking, and also I went to Dubai first, and then I came here. So I had to pack, for hot climate, warm climate, let's say, and then very cold. But initially when I got here, I was like, oh, it's not too bad. I'm from England. I can handle this. It's not, it's not too bad. And then I was like, okay, that night I slept well. I thought, yeah, I can handle this cold. And then, it's been 2 days now, and I'm thinking, how long can I put up? Like, you're just cold all the time.
Yeah.
You're literally, because I think you mentioned it.
Everything's set up for the heat here.
Yeah.
So every single room has a fan in it. And the downstairs office has got 4 fans. Yeah. Every single one of these rooms has got a separate fan. We've got ACs in every single room. So we're set up for the heat. Yeah. What we're not done is we're not set up for the cold. And it's because it's short and sharp. So November, we had no fans on, no heating on. Everything was kind of good. Yeah. October, September was brilliant. September, we still had fans on. We were still using the AC. And now, obviously, December, January, maybe the first couple of weeks of February will be cold. Right. But there's no getting away from it. As I always say, there's only 3 places where you're going to be warm. Your bed, your car, and the shower.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're going to be cold. So it's just something you got to get used to. And I think 4.5 years in Pakistan now, the one thing I've realized that you absolutely hate in winter is going to the bathroom. It's absolutely horrible.
Wait, you're talking in the middle of the night or just generally?
Anytime.
Anytime.
The water's cold, and the environment's cold, and the toilet seat's cold, and everything's just cold. And like you go in and you kind of brace yourself. Oh, I need to go to the toilet, and then you'll go, and when you come out, you're like, good job I've dealt with that. So I absolutely hate the toilet. Other than that, I think don't get me wrong, outdoors is beautiful. We were on about this morning. Imagine just sat outside in a chair in the sun, because that's the beauty of winter here. It doesn't rain. It's not windy. It's just cold, but the sun's out, so there's no cloud cover. And you can still go and get some sun cover.
You can enjoy a game of golf.
Oh yeah, so that's.
We've not done that yet, but we will get there.
You've only been here for a day and a half. So tomorrow we're gonna go hit 9 holes. We'll go 2 o'clock. Yeah, we get done by sunset. Sunset's at 5 o'clock. So it gives us.
Whatever time we play, even if it's in the morning, I'm feeling very optimistic that this time I'm going to beat you on the score. So.
Oh right, okay. So
but we're going to change the format, right? We're not going to do a total of the score at the end. I'll beat you by rounds.
Listen, I'll happily do however you want
Yeah.
to do it. If we get it one thing clear, just in case any of our viewers are golfers, if I remember right, we went out 7 times, and I think you beat me once, and I think I beat you 6 times. So
Yeah, but you were watching videos.
Wow.
I wasn't. I wasn't as prepared as you were. I learned a lesson that time that I should watch more videos.
is that what you've done?
Yeah.
So you're confident?
Okay, I mean, not that confident to speak in front of the viewers, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well,
Maybe the next one we talk about me winning.
You hear? Well, maybe.
Yeah. So that's
as an Arsenal fan, you can talk about how you're in second position. And,
that's not fair to. Sorry, I know you're my tattoo. Let's just make that clear. That's not fair to talk about, not you, because there's a lot of heartache and you're.
So the one season where City decide to slip up and you guys,
we slipped up as well. We slipped up as well. And how many points are you clear? Do you know?
Probably about 10, I think, from
Is it
you.
10?
9, 10.
Yeah, I think it is around
Quite a bit.
9.
Do you know when it gets past 5, you just stop counting. It's just
Oh, is it?
significant difference between our.
But then again, a couple of seasons ago, if I'm correct, we were up by 7 points, and then we blew it.
As the saying in the UK goes, every dog has its day.
Well, yeah. So let's see. Did you watch yesterday's game? I think that's one of the issues here, right? That you have to.
Yeah.
You got to work the next day. You're not used to watching games at 1 a.m.
Yeah. So in winter, obviously the time difference is 5 hours,
Yeah.
and if I'm ever going to miss a match, it's going to be the Carabao Cup that starts at 1 a.m. in the morning, and I've got to get up for work in the
Champions
next
League games.
Champions League, I pick and choose. So
Yeah.
Girona I didn't watch, but Madrid I did. So it's tough being a fan when you live in this far east, but nonetheless, majority of matches tend to be. Oh, do you know what happens with successful teams? By the way, we tend to get more. Like 7 o'clock. Like better
peak
period. Yeah. So,
we tend to. Arsenal
is
tends
that
to.
what it is?
So, yeah, I think we're still somewhat successful in these last few seasons.
I get to watch most of the matches.
Yeah, so I know before we were discussing what can we talk about? And I've got my iPad with me, and all I have is like 2 points there. One of them we've already covered, which is the weather. But you brought up something which is interesting. What's your work-life balance? And I think last time you might have discussed because it's good to. I know we always discuss you've worked your way up in the corporate world. You're regional manager, is that correct? And how many years were you at Carphone Warehouse? Sorry.
So in its iteration of Carphone Warehouse, Curry's / Dixon's Carphone, obviously.
And Samsung, right? You launched Samsung.
Yeah, so I launched the Samsung stores across the UK. I was the national manager for that, and I worked for that organisation for 18 years.
18 years, wow. And you, obviously, I think we discussed that before as well, how you shift from being in the corporate world for so many years, but that's a lot of time, and now you're a complete entrepreneur running a business.
Yeah.
How do you feel? What are the pros and if you were to compare the pros and cons, whatever, let's say, the work-life balance?
There'll be loads, but if I'm to give the top 3 pros, so the advantage of running your own business, number 1 is the autonomy. So you can do it how you want it. And that was one of my frustrations of working with big corporate business. Head office would say, roll this out.
Yeah.
And some of the times I might not agree with it, or I might think there's a better way of doing it, but it doesn't make a difference. You're a cog in the overall machine. You've got to do what somebody's telling you to do. I might have had this great idea, let's podcast. They would have never allowed me to do this. They would have said, are you crazy? What do you mean you're going to podcast?
Sorry, can I just chime in? Does that make you feel more underappreciated or less valued?
No, I think you just accept it, don't you? That
it.
there's certain things that head office will do, like the marketing, promotion, initiatives, bonuses. All these things are done in head office.
Yeah.
You're more of a doer. You're an implementer. You're not a creator. Whereas when you're running your own business, it's up to you. Everyone's looking to you for that inspiration of, what we're going to do, how we're going to take the business forward. And that's why you've got to make sure that you're constantly coming up with great ideas. And I've been told over the years that, I do come up with a lot of ideas, but my drawback is I'm not a doer. I'm not somebody who finishes things. So now it's really easy for me. We've got 24 employees working here. I can come up with the great ideas. As long as it's a good idea and everybody else in the team believes in that, then, I've got a great team around me that can go away and deliver this. Just doing this I mean, don't get me wrong, this wasn't my idea. I'd love to claim it, but it's not. But I don't feel comfortable doing this. I don't know how to do this. I don't know what lights and mics and what equipment you need, but thankfully I've got a really good team behind me who can then go away and deliver that. You can't do that in corporate. And I think the autonomy, number one, is definitely a pro. I think your growth ceiling's a lot bigger as well.
As a person, or just in the world of business?
Everything, the business, the individual, your growth is so much more higher in business than what it would be in the corporate world in a job. But what's the best case scenario? You're going to get promoted. You're not going to then go ahead and get promoted again in 6 months, 9 months or 12 months. It's going to take you a period of time before you're going to get promoted again. Whereas I think in a business, you can go and get a client, and it can be a good client, and you've got loads of work to do, and then you can go away and get another one, and you can go get another one. And I think it's entirely your choice on how far you want to push it. So I think that's the second one. And I think the third one is again, I've already mentioned it, but you're the creator. You can create the culture. You can be the one who everything that's happening within that organization, you can see your echo, or you can see your fingerprints on it. And I think them three things are the real positives. I think drawbacks for me at this moment in time in my life and where we are with the business, I'd say work-life balance is one of the cons. I work too much. I know this. I'm aware of this. Many times before in my life, when I've had other people working for me in corporate world and they've said to me, I'm working 6-day weeks, or I'm going to work extra over the busy period, I've always said to them, no, don't do that. Go home, go spend time with your family and be fresh. And even now, I never let anybody work beyond closing time. As soon as it's finished, and if they're still in the office, I'll stay. But I say to them, have you not got a family to go home to? Go home. I never allow anybody to work on the weekend. Often I have people saying to me, can I take my laptop home? I need to go do some work. I say, no, leave it here. Work while you're at work. When you're at home, be at home. And I think work-life balance, I preach it well, but I don't practice it well, which I know is something that I need to fix. I think the second thing is just the unknown. I think when you're starting off a new business, I think that financial security is just not there. I think you've got expenses. Clients don't pay on time all the time. You know, that's something that's a problem. That was something new to me. I've been for 18 years. On the last day of the month, I received a salary. I never had to worry about it. But you know that.
And it was the same.
Yeah, it was the same, consistent. I know what I'm going to get. Yeah, exactly. But I think when you're running your own business and, you know, clients haven't paid and you've got salaries to pay and you've got bills to pay and rent to pay and everything, and you're constantly juggling. And I think last year I've had to do a lot of that. You know, this 2024 year. To be fair, part of me is going to be kind of glad that this year is going to be over, because 2025, I'm 100% confident that it's going to be a great year, because we've kind of gone over that tipping point. We've done that initiation and we've done the setting up, we've done the learning from our mistakes. Now we're really confident in what we do, and we know that we're going to be able to deliver no matter what we need to do. So I think I'm up to 2 cons, so work-life balance, that insecurity and unknown. And I think the third con of running your own business as opposed to corporate world would be you've got to create everything yourself. Even though I kind of said that the first point was a good one around the autonomy, but in corporate world you can just be sat there and all of a sudden you'll get an email in your inbox, or you'll get an announcement, tomorrow we're doing X, Y and Z, or we're going to do something else. And so all you had to do was go away and implement it, and you had to land that particular project. Whereas in your own business, if you want to come up with something, you're going to have to build it out. Now, don't get me wrong, again, that doesn't mean it all falls on my shoulders. There's a team that needs to deliver that. But still, that's a responsibility that you have that you don't have within corporate.
So it can get overwhelming, right? Because it's like you have to put your finger in many different things. It's not like you go to work and you're set doing one thing. You have to be aware of so many things. I think currently, especially in today's day and age, you can probably say due to technology advancements and the opportunities that have become available online, there's this thing that people want to go into entrepreneurship. They don't really necessarily feel like they want to get, have a profession and a job and work their way up. I always had this thought that entrepreneurship's not for everybody. But then I also think, is it something people should still look into and still have a go at? Or, how do people distinguish like what's good for them?
I think this is going to have to be our last point, because your friend Hamza's indicating that time's nearly up. So I'll just answer your question there, which is entrepreneurial kind of options better for people and for everybody? Yeah. And I'd say yes, however, with a caveat, which is corporate teaches you a lot. And you get to learn a lot of things. So now, within my own business, I kind of understand what's missing, what needs to be created, and what we need to be going from a long-term, medium-term point of view.
Yeah, from your experience
working in corporate. Yeah. Whereas if I didn't have that, then it's going to be difficult to be able to achieve that. So, you don't know what the right answer is. It's like kind of driving a car. If you jump in a car and you've never been taught and you've got no instruction manual, you might learn to drive in reverse. And if you've done that over a period of time, you're going to think it's the right thing to do. But in reality, what it is when you work in corporate environment, it teaches you how to do things, and it gives you that kind of training. And that's really, really important. And you've got to have a good grounding to be able to then go away and deliver. So Saad, thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Let's see if this video gets 100 views. I know 1,000 views as well. And if it does, who knows? We might have to pay for your ticket to come out in the future just to boost our YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. Yeah, that's true.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
It's been great. Thank you. Thank you, Hamza.